And I see our customers, and they're writing hellos. Hello to everyone. It's nice to have you here again. It's a long time that we've had no webinar. I think it was half a year or so. And we have plenty of interesting things in Splynx that we developed during this time. And I will be showing and explaining it briefly. And here we have Vlad, who is our marketing manager with me, and Chris, who is our product and deployment manager. So Chris is from South Africa. I think that many South African customers and I think from other countries as well, they dealt with and they are dealing with Chris and they know him well. So Chris is responsible for product together with me and with our product team. So, and he will be also helping me with the presentation of some of our features today. I think I can start. And it's over 100 people already. Thank you so much for joining and finding time for this webinar. We'll be talking about what we have in Splynx 5.0, because 5.0 releases the release that we recently launched. And I'll be sharing my screen, just you will see the presentation that I have, and I will be presenting also Splynx solution itself. So first of all, before I start talking about the new things that we added in Splynx, I want you to inform you about the process of how we develop a version and how do we add some features to Splynx version. As you know, we have two pages. So one page is the main one, which is featuressplinx.com. So if you open this enter featuressplinx.com, you'll see this this page. It's a kind of also forum, so where you can write your comments as well. But there are feature requests, and people vote for this feature request. So basically, this is one of the most important area where we gather feedbacks from our customers, and based on this feedback, we plan our development for future. Also, we work with tickets. So when you write us in tickets, comments to missing feature, also we track it. We try to write it all to this one single page, to one single zone, let's say, where to gather all that feedbacks, because so it means that some of that feedbacks are created by us, and some of them are created by you, by Splynx users. And also, as you know, we had the old one version where we still track and we also analyze if there are some features that were added there and that had many votes. So based on that information, we plan our development. So our development previously, before in the last year and 2019, 20, this years, we had very long project for a version, and it took us almost a year to develop a new version of Splynx. From 2024, we decided to make smaller releases. So that's why we are able to release 2 or even 3 releases per year. So it means that we are not adding many features, and we really try to set priorities correctly and select important features, and as I said, not that many, to make short release, and then to be able to gather feedback quickly and release the next one like in 3 months or 4 months. So that's why 4.3 was released, I think, May, June, and now we are in September releasing 5.0. What do we have, or what do we have in this releases? What's new in updates that we delivered in this year 2024? First of all, I will be talking about billing improvements, or not billing maybe, but BSS, so business system support that we have. We start with something that is not obvious. It's a tax group and location-based taxes, and many people will not use it because that's a requirement of some countries, and we had to do it, had to deliver it because, for example, Canada has compounded taxes, Kenya has it. So some of the countries where we operate, they have this tax groups. It doesn't affect customers without this tax group. So for example, customers in South Africa and Australia will not see this will not use it, but we had to spend a lot of time in changing or updating, redesigning our billing engine to be able to deliver that to the other countries where it is required. So that work took, I think, around 8 months or so, maybe even more. And as you can see, it's not obvious that it is there, but for all companies that operate in different states with different taxes, who operate in different countries with different taxes, or that have requirement of compounded tax, they can use it right now. Regarding the configuration, it's nothing changed. It's just under our configuration of taxes part. So if I will show you quickly there on the demo, if you go to the config and then you find for tax, you look for taxes. And in the taxes, previously we had only one tax or just a single tax. And now we have an entity that is called tax group. And this is an example when we add 5% tax and then additional tax 2.5, we can create a tax group from this single taxes. And that's, we can see that it's called compounded tax. If I edit it, so that way I can add as many taxes as I need. And then this tax is applied to an invoice. It can be applied to one time, to recurring, based on settings that we define in our tariff plans. So in the tariff plans, again, if I will open my tariff plan, here I had always just the tax previously. Now I have also ability to work with tax groups. As I said, many of countries do not need it, but if we have customers from regions where this is used, and we always try to have some kind of workaround with PDF templates previously. Now this is natively supported in Splynx, starting from 4.3, and you can use it. Additionally, also you can work with taxes that are based on the location. So under administration and locations, we have also now the option where I can edit my location, and then you can see that there is some location taxes. By default is not selected, but if I select one tax, if customer is connected to this location, his default tax and his tariff plan will be changed and will be updated by the tax from this location. So these are two things that I wanted to mention. As I said, if you will not use it, that's fine. I just wanted to tell you that we have to do this kind of work that is not visible sometimes for everyone, but is required. As I said, because we work internationally, we are not focused on one market only. So to be really compliant internationally, we had to make this change. But I'm very glad that we did it, and we don't have to develop anything more. So I think that is already finished, and we can deliver great taxing service to all our customers. Let's go to the next one. We added two accounting integrations. If your company is still not using accounting integration, I recommend you to use it because, for example, I wanted to show you quickly how it works. And if you do not use it, then please consider using it because that's really, really nice. So we use, for example, in our business, we have several companies that we work from, and one of them is our company in Emirates. And the company in Emirates, we connected all our billing system from this company of Emirates. We connected it to Zoho Accounting. It's a new platform. We also support QuickBooks Online. We also support Xero. We also support Sage One for South Africa. And now you can see that there is a Zoho Books and also NetSuite. Their integration is straightforward. We push completely all information, all data, financial data from Splynx to accounting platform. And it means that all my invoices, payments, and updates about customers, they immediately are shown in my accounting platform. So for example, if I have there my customers, you can see all these customers were pushed by Splynx. I haven't created any of the customers manually in my accounting platform. Everything was created by Splynx. The same story with invoices. You can see the invoices, all the numbers, they correspond to my Splynx numbers. There is a due date, amount, balance due, payments, everything is pushed automatically there. And I can open that invoice and you can see that under this invoice, we have all the items that are synchronized between platforms. And of course, I can get the list of payments, and you see the payments were created by Splynx. So we process all our payments in Splynx and push this data to accounting. So our accountant from Emirates is happy with having that all almost online, and in the same time of issuing, he can work with this data. And so we get, I think in 1-2 days, he sent me the statements about, and he closes the current financial month. So this work is optimized, and I recommend everyone to use it as well. NetSuite, it's Oracle, or let's say a large platform, part of the Oracle platform, and NetSuite accounting is designed for large enterprises. So if you have over 10,000 invoices monthly, so I recommend using this platform because this is reliable, stable, and it can support a huge amount of invoices to be pushed there and synchronized. So the next feature that we added related to billing is mass payment allocation. I don't think that we had a feature request for that, but this is a feature that we received a request via calls. So when we do deployment calls, we have many customers that need to process cash payments in one step, not in many steps as it was previously. And a similar solution exists in Ubiquiti CRM as well. So we thought, why not to add this simplification of work for administrators, and we did it. How does it work? As you remember, if I switch back to my Splynx, the option how I was able to add a payment manually was, for example, from invoice. So I had a list of my invoices there, and there was a button. So if I click this button, it shows me how I can add the payment. Another option was from a customer himself. So from customer, I can add a financial document. I can click button, add the payment. Again, in this window, and that's always a single payment. But imagine that you have a situation when you have, for example, some cash payments or check payments, and you need to add them in one step for 5 customers or for 25 customers. How to do that? Previously, you had to click this button always, or go there to every customer and click this payment one by one. Now, you have this option from finance payments. There is an option to add. We added this button, add payment. And you can see that you can add many customers. So for example, I will add Alex Cherry and we'll say he paid $50. Then I will add some Laura Fletcher, and I can link payment to the invoice. I can check what are her invoices, and I see there is a $400 invoice, and I can also link it to this invoice, confirm, and you see that it has a linked invoice. I can also change the date of payment and write some comments, and I can add as many lines as I want or as I need. So in one step, I can add many payments for cash or for checks or any kind of manual processing. Let's go to the next section regarding the BSS improvements. We had many requests about signing contracts outside of Splynx, how we can sign it, and you can see that we deployed it. So the first version of this signature or the signing process is available in version 5.0. How to do that? You see that we can send the email to customer. Customer makes verification. So it means that he enters his phone number or email, receives one-time code, and then when he enters one-time code, he has an option to sign a contract or sign any document. It doesn't have to be a contract. It can be a direct debit form to fill. But this is then stored in Splynx. Again, let me show quickly how it works. Just let me check my chat if we have no questions or everyone understands what I'm showing and everyone can see my screen. So far, so good. So far as everything is fine. So let's go and check where we can find this. This is located under documents. So let me open one customer. This is a customer, he has services, we have his data there, and under documents, I can generate a contract for him. Generate a contract, let's say test contract, test document, Then it's visible for customer and I want him to sign it. So also I can include that this contract has a term of 12 months or without it. Template. So I have created a contract example template. Then if you see, if I can preview that, that will show me. See, that's a kind of subscriber contract agreement with the date of ISP, date of me, and then when we go there are some terms and conditions as well. So I generate a contract. And you see there is a contract new and status new. It means it was not signed by customer yet. I can create a link, or this is the link where the contract is located, and I can send it this way, or I can just send like an email. So I can create a message, send a message to customer, and without any attachments. For example, please sign a contract there, and here is a link. So contract, and I select the email and send it. So now I receive the email. So I will open my work email, and then I must get the email from Splynx asking me to sign a contract. Please sign a contract there. I click there and need to add my phone number or email. Okay, my email that I entered was this one. Receive the code. Now it will send me one-time password, OTP, one-time PIN, OTP. And see there, one-time password is this one. So I just copy, confirm, and there is a contract that I can read. And if I agree, I'll just make it, write some signature and accept it. Thank you for accepting the contract. We'll be in contact shortly to finalize the process. And when I go back to my documents, you can see that this contract is signed. You can download it, you can open the PDF, and see there is a signature of customer. So this process is finalized now and finished. I can also set up that I'll receive a notification that the contract was signed. So that's Splynx also has these options. But in general, what was missing in the previous versions that we had no option to sign it. So we had no flow, and now we introduce this flow. So it's up on you to create your own documents. If you need any assistance, please write us a ticket saying that, okay, guys, we would like that. This is our contract, and we can also assist you with creating this HTML and CSS file to to send it to customers. Let's go to the next step that we do is also, if we talk about sending documents, one of the requirements was, or many customers asked us for this because some countries they required by the law, is that we can encrypt the documents that are sent to subscribers or to end users. We can encrypt it, and then customer receives it and he uses some of his data like login or birthday or passport number, what we configure in the settings of the system to open that document. It can be applied for invoices, for payments, credit notes, quotes, statements, and any documents and contracts. How to set it up? Very easy configuration. So we need to go to the config, then under main preferences, if I scroll down, there is a new section that is called document encryption. And then on the document encryption, we can enable that. What type of documents we would like to be encrypted. And then I select, okay, I want to encrypt the statements and documents on or the invoices. And then what is the file for individuals? What is the file password for business account? So the password for individuals will be their identification. For example, if we use the passport number or ID number, so we can use this, or as a password for a file. And for business company, we can use text ID or phone number. Okay, phone number, numbers and letters only, no spaces, no special characters. I can also use this phone number for individuals. So when I set it up, a customer receives a PDF and he is not able to open it without a password. So when he opens it, there is a prompt for password. So he enters the password and he can now work with this PDF document. So I hope that this is clear and there are no questions. So if you will have questions regarding these features, we will send you, we have a description of all features in our wiki. And that's good also to mention. The website that we use for documentation is called wiki.splynx.com. And there is a search. So if you have questions about taxes, so you can find the taxes there, click the taxes, and then there's a full description of taxes. Also, I upload videos to deploy Splynx.com, where there's also a description of basic configuration of the platform. But as you know, very simple way to get support from us is to send us an email to support@splynx.com, where we work with your queries. For your information, we have around 100 queries every day. We try our best to answer them all during the same day. Also, we reduced the amount of time that we are not answering. So it's not 24/7 yet, but it's really close. So I think we can answer during 18 or 20 hours per day. So there is only like 4 or 5 hours that we do not answer because it's night hour for all time zones where we operate. Let me switch to the next feature. So that next feature is not related to billing, so on the BSS, but it's a network sites. So this is something that I think we had to add to Splynx like 5 years ago, but finally we found time and resources to add it to our platform. It's a first release. We are now gathering feedbacks from our customers who use this feature, and we appreciate any feedback. So if you think that there is something that is not designed correctly and that should be improved or whatever, please feel free, because it's a completely new feature, new entity in Splynx. What is that? So let me show you an example. Let's go to my demo Splynx, and there is a demo Splynx account. There is under networking, we have a new entity that is called network sites. As you remember, we have routers there for radius authentication. We have TR69 there, we have hardware there, and there is a new entity above everything, network sites. Network site can be tower. It can be some point of presence, some POP where you have your equipment. It can be fiber equipment there, routers, it can be antennas, anything. So let's create one test network site and let's check what is inside. So for example, add a new network site. Let's say it will be Hillbrow Tower. And there is a description, Hillbrow Tower, partners location. I can find it on the coordinates, say Hillbrow Tower. Found the location, save it. And then I have information about contacts that people who manage it or people that I need to contact before visiting this tower. Email, phone number, some additional details. I can add more contacts, define which one is default. I can also add photos. So for example, I can select the photo of this tower and some documents if I have contracts for rental of this places. Maybe I'm just using part of this tower. It's not my own tower, like this example of Hillbrow Tower. So I can upload the documents of rentals of the space for each antenna and for each equipment that is there for rec rentals, etc. So I can add it there in one step when I'm adding the network site. So I choose the location and some full name test. Yeah, that's one there saved. So see that new network site was added. So if I open this network site, this is information there with description, with the photos, with the full name of contacts, and then I can add hardware to this tower or to this network site. The hardware can be, I can add a new hardware or I can link existing hardware, because because you are already working with Splynx, or you have been working with Splynx for some time, and you have list of hardware there. So this hardware can be allocated to the network side. How to do that? So I can just click there, add hardware, and link hardware. And then there is a test. I have some test MikroTik router, so it adds the router with this IP address, and I can link it that way. Also, I can add a new hardware, and then as you see, I was redirected to the hardware. I will add the hardware, and that will be again assigned to this to my network site. One more thing that I can also track is some customer services that are linked through the hardware to this network site. So to link multiple customers to this network site, please go to customer list. So I can go to customer list, select some of my clients that I know that are connected through access points or through fiber, are connected to this network site, link to access device, and then you can see it has my network site, and then this network site, there is a customer, and also I can select which service of this customer is connected to that devices, and then I can link it that way. So I just think that my hardware that I added was not set up as an access device, but was set up just as a hardware on that. That's why, because that's why it's not shown there in the access device selection. This already I got a comment from, or some comments from customers who started to use it, saying that our our customers are connected to access points in the dynamic mode. So, and they will really like to have it not in the static way, but in the kind of dynamic way, using some SNMP or using some kind of network discovery protocol. And I think it's a great idea, and we will be thinking about how to add it to Splynx. But so far, the first release that we did and that we added is with this static connection of customer services to access device, and then on the networking side, there it will be available. So let me go again to that router that I have there and send notifications. You see this one was disabled. So if I enable that access device and I save it now I'm able to go to my clients, select some of them, and link to access device this way, Hillbrow Tower, and then you see test MikroTik. Link it, ready. So if I go again back to my network sites, Hillbrow Tower, and then I see customer services, customers that are associated to this tower. That gives me, first of all, that's the first step for further development, because further development, I want to improve our mapping in Splynx, also have some kinds of network topology in Splynx. So these are our goals for the next releases, starting from 5.1 and further. 5.1, yeah, I will also mention, I can mention it now. So what 5.1 will focus on making the parent and child accounts, or like main and sub accounts. So this is something that we have in Splynx, but it's not done really well. So now we redesigned it completely, and we already started to work on it, and we will be we'll try to deliver it till the end of this year. This feature, and in the 5.1 release also we'll be adding some additional small things to 5.1, but our focus for next releases and for next year will be more working with networking equipment, working with improving Splynx networking part, as I said, like a topology, like mapping, and BDC reports for American market. So that's all is all the steps we can do, because we already added the first main pillar, which is the network sites. So that's why network sites is quite a big development and important part for future development of Splynx. As you see, what we have there, site information, hardware management, customer services, map, and of course, communication means if I open now my messages and I would like to send sending of messages, I have network sites now. So I can select one site and say, okay, your service is affected because we are doing maintenance on that site. Or only access devices. So you can see I can select only people that are connected to this access device, and I will send this message to all customers that are affected. Previously, we had no this option at all. So again, we had to make some workarounds, but this is a must, and we understood it, and I'm really glad that we added it to Splynx. Let's go to the next, and we have been working on improvement of our scheduling for the last year, and it's still not over. So 5.1 will also have some additional improvements on that. What we did, we remastered, completely changed the calendar. We redesigned the task page, updated task view and creation, and optimized, simplified some workflows. But as I said, my personal opinion is that we have maybe 80% of scheduling done. So there is still 20% to do, especially there is still no direct interaction with inventory, and we will be adding it in the next releases. So what do I mention by scheduling improvements? So the tasks, first of all, that's what I said, is that if we open like a default project, there is a one, you see that the task view is completely different from what we had previously. Now we wanted to add information we reorganized the information, and we added also information about customer there. So we can see there is a customer. So if let me assign this task to a customer, and from this customer, we can get information like documents, inventory that is assigned to this customer, if there is any service to this customer as well. And then also we added tabs there with attachment, and this is related to task only. Again, maps, and assignment to a person can be done from here, from that section, from the task itself, and or it can be done from my calendar view. And also it's good to mention that when I work with my customers, let's use this search and let's find Alex there. So when I add my task from customer view, I can also add a task from tickets, as you remember, because we can connect tasks with tickets. So when I create a task, so you see that I'm not redirected and I'm not sent anywhere. So this is a new usability element that was added to Splynx 4.3 and to Splynx 5.0. So I'm adding my task immediately right now from customer profile. So the same adding of data is available for network sites, and we will be going to this forms in future releases to unify them all and to have them all same for all parts of systems. So this is very modern and nice view to adding a task or information just from the same page where I am now. So I can select a template, connect client Alex Cherry, and create a task, select a project. What is my project? I have only default project, and I can immediately assign it to some administrator. And then, as I said, if I want to plan when this work will be done, then I will go to my calendar view. And as you see, my calendar view is now different from what we had. So it has this full day view. I can also show only working hours, and I can display the weekly view for my administrator. So here I have only 2 administrators in demo, but that way I can add this connect client Alex Cherry and drag and drop it to Friday, and also choose what will be the time of when the work will be done. So it will be, for example, 3 p.m. And I can also set up travel time for task location. That's the way how we improved these tasks. As I said, one thing that is still missing is connection it with inventory. So far, administrators have to assign inventory before they assign a task, but in the next releases, we would like to connect it all together and make this flow more smooth and more configurable as well. And the next, so I'm 35 minutes. I'm talking for 35 minutes. I hope you are not tired. And I see there are plenty of questions already. And I see Chris. Thank you, Chris, for answering the questions. So our customers don't have to wait for me to finish this presentation and answer it. So if the questions will be unanswered, I will also try to answer them after we finish the presentation. And I wanted now to ask Chris to talk about very nice feature. I think I haven't seen it anywhere on any competitor so far, but that's something that we have spent, like, I think, a year already, and that's WhatsApp business integration. So Chris, please stop sharing. And
yeah, thanks, Alex. Hi, everyone.
Thank you.
So in terms of WhatsApp, it's been as Alex mentioned, it's been a long time coming. We're really excited about this feature. We believe it's really going to transform the way that businesses talk with their customers, communicate with their customers, forms a central part of the system. So it's really important for us to have added this feature. We're going to delve a bit deeper into it today. And just to update everyone, not everyone was aware of it, but during 4.3, we were running beta version of WhatsApp for registered users. They were testing it for us and giving us feedback. And probably one of the most important feedback was that we required a chat box. So we implemented this and added it to version 5.0 as well. So we're just going to give you a bit of introduction on WhatsApp integration. We decided to do WhatsApp integration because it's used by over 2 billion users. And the main reason for it, it is one of the largest communication platforms globally. So it is secure, it is efficient, it is very reliable. It's got a well-established platform, and we can use this internally in Splynx for support, sales, updates on customers, etc. So a bit of background on what we did with WhatsApp. As some of you might know, WhatsApp Business works a bit differently to normal WhatsApp. So we integrated with a partner called Twilio. They are one of the global leaders in telecoms and communication. And the API allowed us to create a seamless experience inside of Splynx. So it doesn't matter whether you're just sending a quick message or tracking an entire conversation, everything is very smooth and reliable. Just a quick note on Twilio's pricing model. So from Splynx's perspective, we have decided to make this features free available to everyone. Twilio does, however, have a usage-based fee, which is tracked according to our conversations. So conversations are tracked and classified into a few different categories. And this is not just Twilio's rules, but also WhatsApp and Meta's rules. But it does still keep the cost very flexible, and it makes it very affordable for ISPs, one of the most affordable communications platforms. So just to quickly run through the configuration. So first of all, you are going to register a Twilio account. Next, you're going to upgrade your account to a paid Twilio account, which is around $15. So it's not too much. And then apart from that, you'll obviously be billed on the usage. And then lastly, you'll link your WhatsApp business account through the Meta business process. And you'll also be able to purchase either a number from Twilio themselves, or you'll be able to link your own number as well. Very important. And that's it. That's the registration process through Twilio. And lastly, you'll just set your configuration inside of Splynx, which is just 4 fields. So we will be covering now the main features and key components of WhatsApp. So first of all, what we decided to do is different from a lot of our competitors and people that are providing this WhatsApp solution, is the ability to create admin-initiated templates. So as some of you might know, with WhatsApp Business, any admin-initiated conversation or text has to be pre-approved by WhatsApp and Meta. So we've decided to do this inside of Splynx. So you create the template, sync it with Meta, and it returns, and you are able to start using it almost immediately. Very short turnaround times on this syncing process. So also we are able to do admin initiated conversations. So we can see, we can select our customer. This is the WhatsApp widget, by the way. We can then select the phone number, select the template as well, and we can see our templates populated, send it to the customer, and we can see that it's been delivered. And then from my end, I can see that it's been delivered from on my mobile side, and then I can respond. So I can respond, and we can immediately see this conversation flowing back and forth. So it's really user-friendly, very easy to configure. We can see also under messengers that this messenger is here, and it is also related to the customer and the customer's communication as well. So we can see the conversation here. It does tell us whether the conversation is admin or customer initiated. And then going into that conversation, we have the overview here, and we have the widget on the right-hand side. So we can see in this case how useful the widget is, because it doesn't matter where we are in the system, we can view this widget at all times. We can also minimize it, and it does present itself with a small little bubble on the right-hand side. We can then also view all of our conversations. So it does show me all my conversations, but I can also, from a support perspective, view all unassigned conversations as well, if I want to track and respond to those. Then next, as we saw, we can receive replies back from the customer. We are also focusing on assigning conversations. So when we look at our modules, we have auto assignment of conversations. We can auto assign it to multiple administrators, and then also give them an email notification on any new conversations that come in. We also can view any sort of new messages that come through. They will pop up in 3 different places. So firstly, on the chat widget. Next, any new messages will show as a bubble on the messengers icon. And lastly, we'll be able to see it as a toaster notification as well. Then just to focus quickly on WhatsApp business rule, that conversations will be closed after 24 hours after the last response. And that is just a rule that they've implemented that we followed as well. But it is very easy, because we have admin initiated templates, to just use a template to respond to the customer, or from the customer's perspective, they can just reopen by replying to the conversation. So next, we can also link specific messages to tickets. So we can say create a ticket. So from this message, create a formal ticket, as we know how help desk has been working. And we can also link this to existing tickets of the user. So here we can link it as a test ticket, and you can see here that it has been linked, and the link actually does show. So we can go directly from the message to the ticket, where it will show as a private note. And then from here, we can go back to the message as well on the customers tab. And throughout all of this, our widget remains open and available wherever you are in the system. Okay. Next, we are handling unknown senders as well. So this is a scenario where you might not have or a customer's phone number in the system. So it could either be that you have an existing customer, but someone else in the household is messaging us, and this number doesn't exist in the system, in which case, under unknown senders, you can link an unknown sender to an existing customer, and all conversations, past and future, will be linked to that customer. Alternatively, the second scenario is where it is a lead or a customer, which is important for our sales process, where you can actually create a customer or lead from this conversation, and it will pre-fill the name, the phone number, as much details as we can, and you can create a customer lead from this conversation. So we are also focusing on constantly improving this product as well. So a few features that are on the horizon is also shifts. So shifts we are aware of that obviously if there's multiple shifts across the different times, and those messages should be reassigned. We are also currently developing shifts that will be for WhatsApp, for tickets, and possibly for tasks as well. So we're currently designing that for the next release of Splynx. And also we are able to handle multiple content types as well. So far we've seen that normal messages come through quite easily, and we can send photos from the customer side as well. So yeah, I've sent a photo now to this conversation, and we can see there's a photo that I just took. Very importantly, we can also send GPS locations. We can send documentation as well. So PDFs, contracts, documents can all be sent across WhatsApp as well in terms of attachments. And then lastly, and possibly the most importantly, is we can send locations as well. So locations, I've already sent a location here a bit earlier. So you can see this location. And why this is important is because, especially for WISPs and rural ISPs, where addresses sometimes aren't clear, the phone's location is very accurate. So this can be sent to us. If it's an address that they choose to send, it will show the address, otherwise a GPS location. And this will then enable you to take this location and use it for feasibility checks, as well as updating the customer's profile. So that is the end of our content. Lastly, basically, we've integrated this, and we hope this will help you as the ISPs communicate with your customers more effectively. And if you're excited about this as we are, please reach out to us. We can help you configure it. We can help you with the Twilio configuration. And in general, any support with WhatsApp is fully available. We have the documentation as well that you saw earlier. So it goes through step by step on how to configure everything. And if there's any other issues, reach out to our support, reach out to our deployment teams, and we can help you integrate this and make full use of this new feature. Thanks for everyone's time. And back to Alex.
Thank you, Chris, so much. I would like to answer some questions because my next point is the last one regarding the features. And just let me share button to share my screen. Regarding the features, what we did is that we are migrating our mobile apps to a new technology, and we completely rewrote our mobile app for customer portal, which is called My ISP. So you can use it, your customers can use it. A subscriber, he needs to enter the URL when he downloads the customer app. And then according to URL, there is the logo can be placed there. So it can be a bit customized. Unfortunately, we cannot create many applications for one ISP because Apple Store doesn't allow it, and I think Google neither. But this was updated. Now we work on redesigning and I mean, not only redesigning, but changing the technology of the backend and the front end of scheduling app. So the scheduling, as I said, will be we are continuously improving it, and it will be the next release will be also some improvements for scheduling. I would like now, after this presentation of feature, to answer the questions because there were many questions regarding WhatsApp, and we had these questions also while during the development. And one of the question is, do we support or can we add SMSs or short messages to Splynx to work exactly the same way as we do with WhatsApp? So our idea is to add it there as the next step, because we understand that WhatsApp is not used everywhere. As we work in, let's say, 50 different countries. So we see that, for example, some countries like Spain, South Africa, some European countries as well, they have WhatsApp as #1 communication tool, and everyone uses it. So it's a really common way for companies to talk to their subscribers and clients through WhatsApp. While other countries like New Zealand, Australia, United States, Canada, so there is no that usage of WhatsApp, and people work more with messages and short messages, SMSs. So definitely, yes, we would like to add SMS support. As I wrote already in chat, the most important part was already done. So I mean, we have the chat box, we have all the logic, and I don't remember if Chris shown, but I don't think so. It's also all these chats, we can also connect them to tickets. So we have open ticket or case, all the chat that is related to this case can be saved in the ticket information, so it will not be lost. So, then short messages will be the next, I hope will be the next platform that we'll add. And the next question regarding WhatsApp also is, and that's, I'm pretty sure Chris, you will like it because many people ask that, is mass messages using WhatsApp. We do not have in this release 5.0 mass messages with WhatsApp, but now we are evaluating the options how to do this. Quite important part will be opt-in, opt-out for these mass messages to not get on the spam list for our customers. And but we are looking for this. We are evaluating, analyzing the options how we can send mass messages via WhatsApp. So there were two questions related to this, and let me check if we have other questions there, because there are plenty of. The one question regarding the contract signature was, is contract editable by client if they need to change any info such as package options? Chris, can you assist me with that? I think it's not, because it's a PDF. So when we send the pre-configured PDF, I don't think that customer can modify it. So I think it is not it's not possible to modify.
Yeah,
I'm
not modified
mistaken.
by customer.
Not
It's
modified
also
by customer.
some regulations do not approve it.
Yeah. Another question is, will you send the webinar demo when done? Yes, of course, we will send a recording of this webinar to all participants and to every person that registered for it. And there are 170 participants there. Another question was if Splynx has any marketplace where we could advertise our services and SMS offering. Unfortunately not. We do not have any marketplace so far. Maybe not a bad idea, because we have already almost 1,000 ISPs using our platform. Would be nice to link automatically PPPoE connection to the router access device when they authenticate, similar to DHCP lease. Yes, I agree. This is what I mentioned. So first release of network sites is pure manual. So we can only manually add services to access devices. And then they are stored under network sites. But we will be working on the automation. So I would like to make it. So I like working with networking and bring this automated approach. Definitely, yes. That will be one of the next things that we will be working on and analyzing and trying to design and make it. And then the question, would it be possible to send notification to all clients? Yes, of course, you can send notification. I shown it in my previous presentation. Is there a list of all new features added to this new version? Yes, there is a changelog and there is a description. And so if you open the changelog of Splynx, you'll see the description of each release and 5.0 as well. So it's already there. Before we release it, we write the changelog and we include everything what was added or fixed there. Is there a place for client signature on task completion? That will be again, one of the next steps for improvement of our scheduling module is also option for signature, adding it also to our scheduler app. So that will be there. So far, we do not have it, unfortunately, but we are aware that this is needed, and that we will put efforts to bring it to next release 5.2 or 5.3. Chris, that's a question for you. Does a customer need to first opt in to receive a WhatsApp message, or he doesn't have to? We can send it.
Yeah, I just replied to it now. So currently there is no opt-in, opt-out feature. We have already designed it. We specified how it should work. It's just now a question of resources and planning to which version we will implement it.
No. And this version, can we change Splynx logo in mobile apps? Yes, you can change Splynx logo to your logo inside when customer logs in.
Maybe
I
let
saw
me
in the
just quickly advise how that works. So we do collect logos and favicons from customers' instances and add it to our repositories, whereby when a customer enters the URL, it will prompt them to specify the instance, and then it will change the logo when they relog in to the app.
Yeah, David is asking, I saw in the release notes Wave 2 support for MikroTik API. I know this is MikroTik thing, but have you guys heard anything about when they plan to support TR69 to Wave 2? Unfortunately, I don't know. And I was really surprised that they didn't update it, but it's MikroTik. So they have their own way of doing things that I do not understand sometimes, and I do not support some of their approaches. And yeah, we had to add it as we found out that when you do this Wave 2 API, so it's completely different from the previous API calls for configuration of wireless. Now for TR69, no idea why they didn't add it there. William says that Telegram might be easier to implement. If I will be choosing between Telegram and SMS, I will choose SMS because, as I said, there are markets and there are countries where Telegram is also not used that much, and the SMS is number one. So why we selected WhatsApp as a first communication platform, because we made votes or we gathered the amount of votes, and that was number one in terms of votes for features and for communication platforms. So that's why we started with WhatsApp, because it won the competition between messengers, let's say. And now the second one, the next one follows the WhatsApp, is SMS. When these updates are available for use, it is already available for use. We can upload it, update your system. And very important note and very important feature, actually, Chris, that we forgot to mention is about Google SMTP sending. As you know, Google, if you use Google emails or mass sending, Google doesn't support basic SMTP sending anymore, and then there is a need to connect your account using OAuth, and that's why we had to release 5.0 now in September, because Google will stop working and sending emails from SMTP from 1st of October, I think. So we still have 2 weeks to switch. Actually, it's an easy switch. What you need to do is, if I will maybe share my screen and show you that part where we do have this configuration. So what we need to do, if I go to my config and email settings, I look for email. There is email, main email, and then this sending is configured SMTP, and if I use Google Emails, I will not be able to use this configuration. So I need to connect my account through using how they call it, OAuth. Yeah, so that's so you need just to reconnect your account. So clicking the button, there's a button to reconnect. You connect it using OAuth, and that's all. Very important. I think it's important to mention for people who use Google, so they will be surprised that mass emails stop working from 1st of October.
We can provide also some roadmap updates on what we are planning for all of our cloud users. So for DigitalOcean and Hetzner users, they will be upgraded on the 23rd of September. Email on that will go out tomorrow. And for all our Vulture cloud users, they will receive an email on the 20th, upgrading them on the 24th, all automatically.
Yes, and so on-premise installations, we will upgrade as always. So it means that we need to schedule it with our team, and then we will do it. Lion is asking, would like to continue to self-host Splynx? Any issues? Upgrading to version 5 while self-hosting? I don't think no issues. And of course, we support, and we will be supporting on-premise deployments. So no problem with that. The question, Chris, for you, what about auto responses and canned messages in WhatsApp?
Yeah, we're planning it right now. Also under planning, canned messages is one topic. Autoresponders are a different topic. Autoresponders, we would like to build bots. So this is our ultimate goal. A lot of work will go into that because we don't want to have to custom develop this for each customer. We want to ideally make a bot builder for our customers so they can build their own bots with their own responses, with their own message flows. So this is the ideal solution for us. We're currently investigating it, designing it, and everyone will get notification once we plan on doing this.
Yeah, Lucas is asking, upgrading from version 3 is possible. Yes, only with our assistance, because if I'm not mistaken, there will be an upgrade of Ubuntu as well, because version 3, I think it worked in 16.04. Now we are on 20.04, so we need to upgrade the Ubuntu server as well. We need to do the migration of data from one server with old Ubuntu to a new server. And so if you will run the command to upgrade Splynx, it will break everything. So don't do it yourself, please. Contact our support because we need to upgrade together with Ubuntu to version 4 and then from version 4 to version 5. But we do these things on a daily basis, just to schedule this time for this work and agree on what will be the process on the steps. Yeah, I have also, so that was all questions that we okay, there's also questions and answers section. So I see that Vlad and Chris tried to answer all of them. So there are still some open questions there. Is there a way to set up IPv6 on MikroTik via API? Ouch, good question. I'm not sure about that. Do you have plans for small startup ISP players like 30, 50 clients? I love your software, but not for startup. Just in these cases, we can also give some kind of first year discount to support startups. Contact our sales team and we'll see what we can do. That's so regarding startups. So I'm not against working with startups. We really love when they grow, and we would like to become part of their success. So if a startup ISP comes to us, we try to find a way how we can do that. Maybe provide some temporary discounts, maybe some kind of smaller license, whatever. But basically, we do not have small licenses, but we need to evaluate each case. Brandon is asking, so the WhatsApp with non-Twilio number, the costs are from WhatsApp Meta and not Twilio costs, correct? I think Twilio adds something to this cost of WhatsApp and Meta, so you pay to Twilio. As I understand, you don't pay to WhatsApp directly. And but as Chris said, it looks like these prices, they are more than affordable, so they're not that high. So that's why we decided, because still you need to pay to Twilio. So that's why we decided to include Splynx into subscription and do not charge anything. Yes, it took us quite a lot of time to develop it, but I think we can include it to subscription. Yes, you have to use Twilio to integrate to Splynx. Can't just do WhatsApp directly. Unfortunately, we cannot do WhatsApp directly. We work with Twilio, so we decided to use their API. That was the, let's say, the easiest, simplest, and straightforward way for us to do the integration. Muhammad Ali. Hello, Muhammad. Nice to see you here. Are there any plans for digital signing for the tasks? Yes, of course. We would like to have some kind of digital signature to the tasks, and I'm pushing my guys to deliver it 5.2, 5.3 in the next releases, to not wait another year for that. Chris, thank you for assisting me answering the questions. So Chris answered the questions directly in chat. Will you charge if we will upgrade from version 3 to version 5? No, we don't charge for this kind of upgrades. So we don't charge for it. Is it possible to have email listener to receive a generate ticket automatically in Splynx? Yes. Ali, I think this is one of our basic features of tickets is when someone sends a ticket to email or to several emails, immediately a ticket is created. Or I mean, when someone sends the email, the ticket is created. Yeah. Masood is asking that there will be a recording. Yes, there will be a recording. So I think I would like to thank everyone for participating. So it took us a bit over 1 hour, this webinar. I hope it was useful. We'll send video to all participants. And I would like to thank also to Chris and Vlad assisting me with that. And I hope you found interesting this webinar and useful. So if you have any questions about features, new things that we added, you will want to use it, please use our support at splynx.com and we will assist you with that configuration. Thank you. If we'll find some of questions not answered, we will answer via email.